Children, good day. Welcome again. Children, today I explain your civics chapter, Parliamentary Government. Very interesting chapter, very important chapter. So try to understand. First of all, we understand about the organs of the government. So first of all, understand about it. First organ of the government is legislature. Legislature means law-making body. Second organ of the government is executive. Second organ of the government is executive. Executive means implementing body. Which legislature makes the law and these laws are implemented by executives. And executives also makes the policy for the betterment of the country and they also implement it. And the third organ is judiciary. Third organ of the government is judiciary. Judiciary means judges which solve the disputes. So children, in this way there are three organs of the government: legislative, executive and judiciary. Legislative makes the law or laws, or change the existing law or remove the law. Executive means implementing body which implements the law made by legislators. They make policies according to the laws for the betterment of the country and implemented. Third organ, judiciary, which solve the disputes among the people, among the organs of the government, among the state government and central government, among two state government. All type of disputes are solved by judiciary. So these are the main organs, main work of the government. Now, types of government. How many types of government are found in the world? In the world, three types of government are found. First is monarchy. Monarchy means rule of the king. Rule of the king. All the powers rest in the hands of king. Means legislative, executive, judiciary, all the powers are in the hands of king. King make laws according to his wish and will, execute the laws and policy according to his will and wish, and solve the dispute by himself or by the judges appointed by him according to law made by him. So all the powers are rested in the hands of king. People have no rights. They cannot remove the king. They cannot oppose the king. They cannot criticize the king. Media is not free. Media highlight the news to the public which is passed by the king. Now dictatorship. Dictatorship means rule of the military general. Rule of the military general who declared himself as the ruler of the country. Rule of military general who declared himself as the ruler of the country, and all the powers of the government, all the organs of the government, legislature, executive and judiciary, rest in the hands of dictator. He made all the laws, he execute all the laws, make the policies for the country, and solve the disputes himself or the people or the person appointed by him. Generally the persons appointed by him from the military. So we can say dictatorship is the rule of military also. What about people? Same as the monarchy, people have no right. People have no rights. They cannot change the dictator. They cannot criticize the dictator. Media is not free. Media takes permission from dictator to highlight any news towards the public. And third type of government is democracy. Children, I think we have read about democracy in 6th class, in 7th class. Democracy is the rule of public. Means public makes the government. There are the system of elections. Public participate in the election and elect their representatives, and their representatives form the government. Public have the rights. Public can change the ruler. Public can criticize the ruler. Public can oppose the ruler. If ruler is not doing the work according to the wish of the public, rulers are made for a fixed tenure, or they can be dismissed from their post before completing their term in some circumstances. Media is free to criticize the government, and media do not need to take permission to highlight any news towards public from the government. So children, in this way, which type of government is good for the public? Simply you can say democracy. democracy is the best government for the public. Democracy, democratic government is of two types: parliamentary form, presidential form, or parliamentary form. In the presidential form, president is the head of the government and head of the state also. He do not need to be in the confidence of the parliament. Some other points are also there in presidential form, but here in your syllabus it is parliamentary form. In parliamentary form, two types of parliament are there: bicameral and unicameral. Bicameral and unicameral. Unicameral means single house of people. There is no house of states, only house of people. Means we can say only Lok Sabha. People elect their representative only for Lok Sabha, and that people, that representatives which are elected by the people, form the government. Now, bicameral means there are two houses of parliament. We can say in our country Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. One house is Lok Sabha and another house is Rajya Sabha. Lok Sabha is house of the people and Rajya Sabha is the house of the states. So, our government is of parliamentary form. India's government is parliamentary form, and our parliament is bicameral. Our parliament is bicameral. It has two houses, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Rajya Sabha is called House of the State. Or it is also called Upper House. Lok Sabha is called House of the People. It is also called Lower House. So in this way, our government is parliamentary form of government in which there are two houses, parliamentary form, two houses, Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. In our book it is given benefits of parliamentary form of the government. Number one, laws cannot be passed in hurry. Laws cannot be passed in hurry. Process of lawmaking is, I will explain you in this chapter. Simply you can understand that the initial form of the law is called bill, and bill should be passed by both the houses, Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha, and after when it is passed from Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha both, then it goes to President, and after the signature of President, it becomes law. There is the stages of discussion in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. So we can say the laws cannot be passed in hurry. Next point. President appoints some candidates two candidates in Lok Sabha and 12 candidates in Rajya Sabha. He nominates himself the persons of experts in different polities or different categories. So they also give their opinion about the law. Rajya Sabha, members of Rajya Sabha are appointed from different states, are coming from different states. So, according to their own states, they discuss when the process of law making is going on in the parliament. And better cooperation between executives and legislatives. Both the House of Parliament is called legislative because the executives are also coming from the legislatives. So there are a good cooperation among them. Composition of Lok Sabha, maximum 560 members. Should be in the Lok Sabha, but at present there are 543 members. present, there are 543 members in Lok Sabha, and 2 members are nominated by President. In this way, 545 members are there. At present, there are 545 members of Lok Sabha. 2 members from Anglo-Indian community are nominated in Lok Sabha. In this way, there are 545 members in Lok Sabha. An Indian, the age of 25 or more, can be the member of Lok Sabha if he is the winner in the elections. So children, qualification for the candidate of Lok Sabha: he must be the citizen of India, minimum 25 years of age, he should not be an unsound mind, he should not be a government servant, and his name must be in the voters list from his own constituency or from his own residential area. Tenure of Lok Sabha: five years. Members of the Lok Sabha are elected for 5 years, but in between these 5 years, they can be dismissed from their post by the President. The dismissal of their post is a typical process. President generally cannot dismiss it, but if Prime Minister suggests the President that his government is not that the Lok Sabha is not in the form to form the government, then he suggests President dissolve Lok Sabha, then President can dissolve the Lok Sabha. Otherwise, it completes its tenure of 5 years. Elections. Elections are held for the member of Lok Sabha after every 5 years, and the whole responsibility to conduct election is given to a government department, but that is not under the government. That department is Election Commission of India. Election Commission declares the date of the elections, and the candidate who want to be the member of parliament, they fill a form with a fee, and the date of election is declared. Voters from their own constituency cast their vote, and the winner of their constituency is elected as the member of Lok Sabha from his own constituency. In this way, there are 543 constituencies in our country. Next, Speaker. Speaker is the chairperson of Lok Sabha. Speaker is the chairperson of Lok Sabha who maintain the discipline and who preside over the meeting of the Lok Sabha. Generally, the speaker is an elected person from Lok Sabha. Generally, he is from the ruling party, and deputy speaker generally from the opposition. In the role of speaker presides over the meetings of the Lok Sabha, joint meeting of two houses. It is also presided over the Speaker of Lok Sabha. He maintains discipline in Lok Sabha, control over parliamentary committees. He has power to expend unparliamentary words used by member of the House. He accepts the resignation of the members of the House. In case of the exercise his right of casting vote, when there is a tie in an election in Lok Sabha, then he casts his vote, and his vote makes the decision. So all the work of the Lok Sabha is conducted under the Speaker of Lok Sabha. Now, Rajya Sabha. There are members 250, 238 from states, and 12 members nominated by the President. From their different fields, they are the experts of their own field. Members of the Rajya Sabha are coming from the state legislatives according to the population of the state. Means to say, the state which population is more, they send more representative of Rajya Sabha, and whose population is less, they send less members in Rajya Sabha. Tenure. Tenure of Rajya Sabha. Rajya Sabha is a permanent house. No dissolve. A permanent house. So, how new members came in Rajya Sabha? Its 2/3 members. Its 2/3 members take retirement after completing their term of 6 years. After every 2 years. Lok Sabha members, Rajya Sabha members, they are elected for 6 years, but the house is not dissolved. How it is? A member of Rajya Sabha is elected for 6 years. After 6 years, 1/3 of the members of Rajya Sabha I told you 2/3 members take retirement, no, 1/3 member take retirement. So after 6 years, 1/3 members of Rajya Sabha, which were elected with these members, they are 1/3 of the strength of Rajya Sabha, they take retirement. And after next, and they are elected Rajya Sabha for 6 years. But after their election, after two years, again 1/3 members of the Rajya Sabha take retirement, and in their place, new 1/3 members are elected from the states. In this way, after every 2 years, 1/3 members take retirement from Rajya Sabha, and new members are elected for Rajya Sabha for 6 years. In this way, Rajya Sabha is a permanent house. It never dissolves. Children, in this way, I explained about Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Next part of the lesson, I will explain tomorrow. Thank you.